Big weekend coming up in Burnet because it's that time of the year for the big air show that is going on. And in our studio to talk about it, Jim Hauer with the Burnet Commemorative Air Force. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Ed.
He
Good morning, Kay.
just taxied into the studio.
Yeah, it didn't take you long, too. Flying in from Burnet doesn't take you that long. Probably, I guess if you flew from Burnet to Marble Falls, it'd take longer to get to the airport and get in the plane than it would to get here, wouldn't it? Anyway, the air show coming up this weekend, and we're excited about it. It's always a fun thing. I love the old vintage airplanes, and if you're into that kind of stuff, you can go out there and see a number of them this weekend, right?
Absolutely. This is going to be a very special weekend, but I'm going to start off with the best news of all, if I can get through my allergy voice here. The best news is that the weather forecast is for a clear sky and 0% chance of rain.
I love it. Yeah.
So,
love it.
We are all really celebrating over that. We sweat bullets every year for good weather.
And there have been times where it's been not so great weather. Knock on wood, looks like it's going to be, and not too windy either.
Yes, it's going to be special. So, folks out there, if you want to dial in a real fun time this weekend, come out to Burnet. You'll have a real great fun day.
Yeah.
Things for the kids, things for the airplane fans, you name it.
Yeah.
And we'll have it.
Tell us about the planes, for instance. How many different varieties of planes are going to be there?
We're going to have actually more planes than last year. We're going to make a lot of noise this year. The airplanes that really typify World War II were the ones with the big round engines. And we're going to have a couple B-25 bombers. We're going to have an A-26 bomber, which was one of the fastest airplanes in World War II, almost 5,000 horsepower. And the queen of the skies is the B-17. They're going to be back this year.
All right.
They were on the road last year and couldn't make it, but they're back this year. They're our good friends from Houston, Texas, the Gulf Coast Wing. They fly Texas Raiders. And I'd like to put a little plug in because they're going to be selling rides, and this is a chance of a lifetime to give Dad one heck of a good Father's Day gift.
Yeah,
No kidding.
I was going to ask you that. If they're
or Mother's Day gift.
Yeah, why not?
Ladies, why not?
Sure.
But they have a website, B17TexasRaiders.org, and that's B like in Bumblebee, and then the digit 17. Texas Raiders, make sure you have Raiders as plural, .org, B17TexasRaiders.org. Click on scheduling and then click on Burnet, and you can actually reserve your seat just like it's an airline.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
And they'll be selling rides at the show as well.
Great.
Okay, now it's coming up this Saturday. The gates are going to open at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be refreshments and food and all kinds of stuff.
Food for sale on the field, absolutely.
Yeah.
Music, too, right? Are you guys going to have music?
Yes, we will.
That's what I thought.
And also, you can bring your own folding chair, but we rent chairs for $5 for the day on flight line seating. They go fast,
I
so
bet
come
they do.
easy for that. And no pets, no coolers for obvious reasons there.
And that's, you don't want to bring the pets. It's too loud for the
Too loud.
Yeah.
And bring sunscreen.
Definitely.
Now, the Bluebonnet Air Show also benefits some great cause, too. Tell us where the money goes.
Our big emphasis is sometimes misunderstood. We don't just keep airplanes to play with.
Right.
A lot of the money we acquire, we try to direct toward educational efforts to preserve these airplanes and invite kids out, Boy Scouts. The school kids come out for field trips, and we like to demonstrate what the things were like 70 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. We go to air shows in other airports, and people come on our airplanes, and the kids look at me and say, "Does this airplane fly?" And I say, "Well, I hope so, because we have to go home."
Yeah. Now, it starts at, the gates open at 10, and the air show actually starts at noon, but between 10 and noon, you're going to have some displays out there that people can go by and look
Absolutely. Fans can come out and mingle with the airplanes, talk to the pilots, and see the airplanes up close for a couple of hours.
That's amazing.
And then once the propellers start to turn, though, then of course for safety's sake that gets isolated.
Yeah.
And don't forget about the museum too. Inside is an incredible museum with wonderful displays.
We have a very nice museum. If we had a building 3 times the size, we could fill it.
I bet you could.
So we have a real good museum.
And part of the proceeds benefit that museum as well. And now you mentioned pilots that are going to be there. You got some very special guests that are going to be there this weekend.
We are going to have at last count 8 World War II veteran pilots.
Oh wow!
And We're trying to get more and more every year, but these men, and there were lady pilots too. Out in Sweetwater, Texas was the home of the Wasps.
Yeah.
And they're on our list to try to round them up for next year.
Okay.
Awesome.
They're all over 90 though, and they're not going to last much longer. But we're dedicating all that we do for their memory, but I'd just like to chat for about a minute. I'm one of the mechanics, and last winter, a few of us were working out at the hangar on a cold day, and one of us described the bitter cold day in a colorful manner, and one of our visitors looked up at us and said, "Why are you doing this? This doesn't look like fun." So I climbed down my 8-foot ladder, and I said, "Well, about 1% of the time it isn't fun, but 99% of the time, the friendship and the camaraderie of working here just can't be beat." I said, "But the reason we do this is a feeling of obligation." About 70 years ago, a couple of countries tried to make us speak German and Japanese, and 16 million American men and women went to the battlefront, and about 200 million stayed home on the home front and fought for 4 years. And America lost a lot of great people, but in our opinion, it was America's finest hour. And we work hard to try to preserve their legacy and to transfer that legacy to younger generations like ourselves.
Right.
There you go.
To realize just how lucky we are.
Absolutely. Now, tickets for the event, can you buy them in advance, or you just buy them there at the gate?
They'll be available online. Thank you, Ed. BluebonnetAirshow.com.
Okay.
We'll have a
One
link to
word.
that, by the way, on
Yes.
our website and Facebook
Thank you, Kay.
page, too.
And yes, you can purchase tickets online and, of course, at the gate.
All right. Well, get up there and enjoy the Bluebonnet Air Show this weekend. Again, Saturday, the show 12 to 4, but the gates open at 10. Get your tickets. Support a great cause. Meet all of these great heroes from the past that have served our country there, and look at all these wonderful airplanes. Enjoy some good food, fun. We'll be up there, too, so stop by and say hi. Jim Howard with the Burnet Commemorative Air Force. Thank you for coming by and talking to us, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks very much, and stop by any Saturday, ask for Jim Howard, and I'll help you join.
There
All
you
right.
go.